Namaste students, I Jvwu Dr. BEENA DEWAN. Today's our topic is what is Workman Compensation Act. Workers' compensation law is a system of rules in every state designed to pay the expenses of employees who are harmed while performing job-related duties. Employees can recover lost wages, medical expenses, disability payments, and costs associated with rehabilitation and retraining. The object of Workmen Compensation Act 1923. The Workmen Compensation Act 1923 aims to provide workmen and or their dependents some relief in case of accidents arising out of and in the course of employment and causing either death or disablement of. अगर हम इसके साइलेंट फीचर की बात करें इन ब्रीफ तो during the course of his employment with his employer's dependents are entitled to receive the amount of compensation from his employer. The Workmen Compensation Act 1923 is an enactment that was issued by the trial government and was implemented by various state governments which gives social security to workers. This security is offered by the law for people who work. The act was formed after it was noted that laborers were getting more exposed to danger with the use of advanced and sophisticated machinery. The common law and had it that the employer would only take up the compensation responsibility if it is found that the industrial accident was a result of its negligence. In India, the issue of compensating workmen after fatal and major accident is the road in 1884. It was then in 1885 that the factory and mining inspectors realized that the Fatal Accident Act 1885 was not enough to attend to the intended purpose. Employers' liability for compensation. Employers to pay compensation in case a personal injury is caused to workman by accident arising out of and in the course of his employment. His employer is liable to pay compensation accordance with the provision of the Act within 30 days from the date when the fell due. Otherwise, he would also be liable to pay interest and penalty. दोनों देनी होगी उसको. To make the employer pay compensation, the death of injury suffered by the workman must be consequences of an accident arising out of and in the course of his employment is dependent upon the following four conditions. The causal connection between the injury and the accident. I mean, personal injury is caused to workman while on work. The injury and accident caused during the course of employment. The probability to enable the reason that the work contributed to the causing of personal injury. The applicant proved that it was to work and the resulting strain which contributed to or aggravated the when employer is not liable. In case the disablement of workmen in three or less days except in case of death when the injury is caused due to influence of drink or drug taken by a workman or upon his willful disobedience to obey safety rules or removal of safety guards by. अमाउंट की बात करें कैसे कंपनसेशन अमाउंट का कंपनसेशन का अमाउंट कैसे दिया जाएगा इन केस ऑफ दैट एन अमाउंट इक्वल टू 50% टू मंथली वेज multiplied by the relevant factor as given in Schedule 4 of the Act of rupees 80,000, whichever is more. In case of permanent total disablement, it is 60% of rupees 90,000, whichever is more, and in case of permanent partial disablement occurs then the compensation is proportionate to the disability arrived as above. Thank you. Thank you so much.